great crowd. Thank you all so much. Can you all hear me in the back? Yeah! Wow, thank you. I am truly, just truly humbled and appreciative for every one of you guys for coming out. Thank you so much. So, let me begin by saying how grateful I am to have all of my friends, my family, my former colleagues, and county leaders here today. I want to give a special thanks to my parents for always believing in me and supporting me. I want to thank my sister Anu for always being my rock and my best friend. I want to thank my grandfather who flew all the way from Kansas just to be here today. I want to thank my team of volunteers. So many volunteers. They have donated so many hours of their valuable time to this campaign. Thank you for believing in my vision. Thank you. I want to thank our wonderful campaign treasurer and MC for today, Clarissa Cornell, for her dedication. I want you all to welcome to our family my great friend and the person who's going to get us to victory, our campaign manager, John Williams. John, I love you, man. And folks, don't worry. I am sure that if you have any concerns or questions, John will be more than happy to take your calls as early as 2 a.m. in the morning, okay? Right, John? Yeah? I want to thank the owner and the staff of this great establishment for all that they do for the community and for this county. Please give them a round of applause. And finally, I want to thank a man by the name of Jason Waskey. Jason, where are you? Raise your hand, Jason. So Jason is the man who gave me my first start in public service. I was a young student in high school. I had no political connections. I had no political experience. But Jason believed in me. He gave me an opportunity. He took me in. And he's been one of my closest mentors ever since. Jason, I appreciate you. Now, as you all know, as you can see from the signs, my name is Ashwani Jain, and I am running to engage and empower your voices in the Montgomery County Council as an at-large member. So, Montgomery County is my home. You are my family. You all raised me. I was born at Shady Grove Hospital. There you go. I attended. It's a great hospital. I attended both Glen Haven and Wayside Elementary schools. And as you heard earlier, I attended Hoover Middle School. By the way, Mr. Keller, I'm sorry that I didn't run my speech by you for grammar. It won't happen again. I also attended Churchill High School, and am grateful to have been honored as their first and youngest alumni commencement speaker at their 2014 graduation ceremony, just 7 years after I graduated. I'm a first-generation American and the son of small business owners. Montgomery County is where my parents started our family, bought our first home, and launched our family business. My parents immigrated to the United States and wanted me to be born in this county because of its cultural and ethnic diversity. Because they knew this county had the best public schools. Because they knew this county provided the greatest opportunities. This county is literally home to our American dream. But sometimes that dream can feel far out of reach. As you heard, I'm also a cancer survivor. I was 13 when I was diagnosed, and it was scary. And I had to learn how to grow up real fast. I remember sitting in the children's hospital, feeling like I would never have the opportunity to accomplish much in my life. I remember that people stopped talking to me and kept talking about me. They talked to me like I was just a number. And that left me feeling very powerless. And regardless of how well I tried to take care of myself, I continued finding myself in difficult situations that were out of my control. And through my work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I have met so many other kids who feel the same way. But it's not just cancer survivors. With the hateful rhetoric coming out of DC, so many people in our county also feel that no matter how hard they try, they just can't get ahead in life. I love Montgomery County, and I've been so blessed to call this my home. And although I've been fortunate to receive many job opportunities around the country, I never left Montgomery County. And that is precisely why I now want to do my part to help ensure that anyone and everyone who lives in this county gets the same shot at the American dream that my family and I had. The reason I'm standing here today is because progressive government policies and a lot of hard work lifted my family up when we needed it the most. My mother migrated to this country at the age of 18. She enrolled at a local community college. And she worked full-time at a nursing home making minimum wage, which at that time was $3.25 an hour. When my parents got married, they rented their first apartment in Gaithersburg. At that time, my mom worked as an entry-level programmer at an IT company, while my father struggled to start his own business in an outdoor flea market in Bethesda. My parents were considered the working poor. After my younger sister was born, my parents bought our first home in Wheaton. And although my father was able to expand his business from an outdoor flea market to an indoor flea market here in Silver Spring, which was actually right across the road from here, my mother unfortunately was laid off and had no choice but to use unemployment benefits to help cover the bills. So the government invested in my parents so they could in turn invest in this country. Today, my parents are successful small business owners and contributing members of this community. But my parents' story is not unique. It is just one example in a million that represents the very best of what this country and what this county has to offer. Like many of you here, my family understands how government can invest in its citizens to ensure equality of opportunity. Because after all of us benefit from an invested government. If you have ever attended a public school, if you have ever used a bank loan, if you've ever needed to buy health insurance, if you've ever started your own business, you have needed an invested and reliable partner in your government. Right now, I'm sad to say we have too few reliable partners in DC. Right now, we have a president that's created a culture where it's okay to blatantly disregard facts, and where it's okay to demonize others based on who they love or what religion they practice. Right now, we have a party in Congress that is happily cutting services like Medicare and Medicaid. They're cutting after-school programs that provide a structured and safe environment for children of working-class families. And they're cutting regulations that keep our air breathable and our water drinkable. for residents of Montgomery County. These actions will decrease our access to affordable health care, decrease our access to affordable housing, decrease our access to quality transit or quality education, clean air, clean water, or an immigration system that works for us all. It is with that lack of action and wrong direction in Congress and in DC that we need our local governments to step up more than ever. So yes, we need to provide high-quality education for all. I am a proud product of Montgomery County Public Schools. They are some of the best in the nation. I now want to make them even better by closing the opportunity gap that our Black and Latino kids are facing due to lack of access. Regardless of where you live in this county, you should have access to the same opportunities. We need to make sure that we have inclusive and safe communities. As a first-generation American, I want to make sure that we are creating policies that foster greater trust between our local law enforcement and our immigrant communities. We need to make sure that we are fostering greater economic security and opportunity for our families, so that anyone who works in this county can afford to raise their families here too. We need to support our small business owners so that we become the most entrepreneurial and innovative county in the nation. We need to provide efficient and effective transit. I understand that access to transit is good for people, good for the environment, good for businesses, and it's good for the local economy. So I want to make sure that Montgomery County provides efficient and effective transit systems that connect our residents to jobs and help connect our businesses to the people who work for them. Finally, we need to advance science and research. As of today, I am a 15-year cancer survivor. And the medical research conducted at places in this county literally saved my life. So I want to make sure that our county continues to be the model for the nation when it comes to advancements in science and in research. Now, I could go on and on about the things we need to do. But for the sake of time, I urge you all to visit my website, voteashwanijain.com, to find out more. Folks, too many times, policies and the people who make them are disconnected from the people they're supposed to serve. But I believe that you cannot create good policy unless you really engage with people. Every job I have held has prioritized engaging with different communities and listening and learning before making decisions. As someone who has been fortunate enough to run grassroots campaigns and grassroots programs for both President Obama and for Vice President Biden at the federal, state, and local levels, I have helped organize Montgomery County to really engage and empower our residents. I worked with medical professionals and researchers here in the county at places like the National Institutes of Health, which, by the way, is also our largest employer. At places like the National Cancer Institute and the Walter Reed Medical Center, when I served with Vice President Biden to design and execute the first ever 50-state Cancer Moonshot Summit. I ran grassroots efforts here in the county to get families access to affordable health care and affordable housing when I served at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. I helped recruit and train diverse candidates from this county to take leadership roles across the executive branch when I served in the White House Presidential Personnel Office. I helped organize voters, students, and elected officials in this county for President Obama's 2008 and 2012 campaigns. I volunteer with our local Democratic Central Committee, our local ACLU chapter, our local Progressive Maryland chapter, and I co-chair one of the teams at Do the Most Good Montgomery County to help get more progressives in this county engaged with us at the local level. And through my work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation of the Mid-Atlantic, I have fulfilled my dream of going from wish recipient to wish grantor and wish ambassador here in Montgomery County. I have been so honored to serve and inspired by the ways people across this county engaged with me on the issues that mattered most to them. I now want to bring that same level of commitment to this community as an at-large member of our county council and help make it more representative, responsive, inclusive, and accountable. Because the reality is that as members of our community, you and me, we can make deliberate choices to excel. But we also need our county representatives to make deliberate choices that empower us to excel. It's always easy to sit idly by on the sidelines and complain that your leaders are not doing enough. It's always easy to take the path of least resistance and hope that justice will fall gently on your lap. But justice, fairness, equality, they never come easy. Never. As President Obama said in his farewell address, our democracy is threatened whenever we take it for granted. Montgomery County is the county of the future and is the model of what other counties in this country should look like. We are the face of America and are one of the most diverse counties in the United States. But this is a critical moment and critical time in our country and in our county. Now more than ever, we need strong local leadership. We need leaders who can engage and empower Montgomery County. So, whether you're from Poolsville to Tacoma Park, from Damascus to Bethesda, from Gaithersburg to Rockville to Silver Spring, I want to engage and empower Montgomery County. If you're someone who feels it's time to fight for our civil rights and to fight for our civil liberties, I want to empower Montgomery. If you're someone who feels that it's time to stop normalizing the racism, the bigotry, and the ignorance coming out of D.C., I want to empower Montgomery County. And if you're someone who wants to make our government more representative, more responsive, more inclusive, and more accountable, I want to engage and empower Montgomery County. And that's what this campaign is all about. So I thank you